Okay, so let's talk about Singapore's latest budget because the government is betting billions, and I mean billions, on artificial intelligence. They say it's going to supercharge our economy. But, and this is a big but, MPs in Parliament are asking a really critical question. Is this massive AI push about to make your job, well, obsolete? Let's break down whether AI is going to be your new best friend at work or the competition you never saw coming.
And this right here, this is the million-dollar question we're diving into. On one hand, you've got the government's vision of a super efficient, AI-powered future with huge economic growth. But on the other hand, you've got people on the ground sounding the alarm, worried about what this all means for the average Singaporean worker. It's a classic battle, high-tech hopes versus very real fears.
So just how serious is this AI push? Well, let me tell you, the government isn't just dipping its toes in the water here. They are diving in head first. Budget 2026 has laid out this massive, multi-billion-dollar bet that AI is going to completely transform the entire nation.
And the scale of this whole thing is just huge. A brand new National AI Council is being set up to spearhead the whole effort. Billions of dollars are being pumped into these so-called AI missions for our most important industries. And get this, companies are being offered insane 400% tax breaks just to start using AI. Even SkillsFuture, our national upskilling platform, is getting an AI upgrade to give you personalized recommendations on what courses you should take.
And here is the big prize the government is chasing, a projected economic growth of 3.6%. The logic is pretty simple, right? Embrace AI, boost productivity, and create a much more powerful economy. It sounds fantastic on paper, but here's the thing. A growing economy doesn't always mean a growing career for everyone.
And this is where that big, shiny economic picture starts to get a little blurry. There's a major warning sign being flagged in Parliament. It's this idea of the missing middle. And frankly, this is where the bright future of AI starts to look a whole lot more complicated for you and me.
This quote from MP Desmond Chu, it really hits home, doesn't it? It captures that sense of urgency. Because while the big picture numbers look great, he and other MPs are pointing to a really dangerous potential side effect of this AI revolution, the hollowing out of our future workforce.
So what on earth is this missing middle? Well, the idea is actually pretty simple, but the consequences could be devastating. Think about it. AI is incredibly good at automating those routine entry-level tasks. Data entry, pulling basic reports, simple analysis. But those are the exact jobs that fresh grads and junior staff use to learn the ropes and get experience. If those jobs vanish, how does anyone get the skills they need to become the next generation of senior leaders?
And this visual just lays it out so clearly. The traditional career ladder is supposed to be a steady climb, right? You start at the bottom, you learn, you grow. But in this new AI-powered world, that first rung of the ladder is just sawed off. You end up with senior experts at the top using these incredibly powerful AI tools, and then this huge gaping hole where the next generation was supposed to be learning and developing. It's an experience chasm.
But the missing middle isn't the only thing people are worried about. Nope, there's another, more immediate problem for those of us who already have jobs. It's the idea that AI, instead of being a helpful little assistant, could actually become, well, what some are calling a productivity bully.
And CMP Eileen Chong put it so bluntly, the fear isn't just about your job being replaced, it's about your job getting worse. The argument is that some companies won't use AI to free up workers for more creative tasks. Instead, they'll just use it to pile on more pressure and completely unrealistic expectations.
I mean, just imagine this scenario. Let's say AI helps you finish a big report in half the time. Does your boss say, "Awesome, great job, why don't you take the rest of the afternoon off?" Or is it more likely they say, "Excellent, now you have time to do 2 more reports"? See the problem? The worry is that companies will just raise the bar, leading to something like a 1.5 times increase in your workload, all without a single extra cent in your paycheck. It just means more work, more stress, and a much higher risk of burnout.
So this poses a really crucial question for every single one of us. Is AI a tool that's genuinely going to boost our ability to do meaningful work? Or is it just a new kind of taskmaster that demands more, faster, all for the same pay? Honestly, the answer probably depends on how companies and bosses decide to use it.
Okay, after hearing all those pretty serious concerns, you might be feeling a little bit anxious. I get it. But the government insists they have a plan. They say they're ready to manage this huge transition and support workers through this massive shift.
So the official strategy seems to have 3 main parts. First, they want to focus on creating entirely new kinds of jobs that work with AI. Things like AI ethicists or data whisperers. Sounds cool, right? Second, they want to use AI itself to make reskilling more effective with those personalized SkillsFuture courses.
And third, they're offering direct career support, like NTUC's AI-powered coach that can help you polish your resume and practice for interviews.
But that's just the government's plan. It's not the end of the story. In Parliament, this debate is still very much alive. MPs are pushing for things like concrete job creation targets, asking, how can we actually measure if AI is creating more jobs than it kills? They're also floating ideas like redundancy insurance, basically a financial safety net, and programs for rapid redeployment to get people into new roles as quickly as possible.
Look, with any major tech shift, there are always going to be winners and losers. It's just the way it is. So let's get specific. Which jobs are most at risk? And where are some of these strange but potentially awesome new opportunities starting to pop up?
So sectors that are really heavy on repetitive tasks, think finance, logistics, a lot of office admin work, they're probably going to feel the biggest hit. An AI can run Excel models or operate a forklift way faster than any human. But on the flip side, some truly fascinating new roles are starting to emerge. These are jobs all about managing the AI itself, like training it to be less biased, fixing its mistakes when it hallucinates, or even, and I'm not making this up, robot babysitting.
So, when you boil it all down, here's the crucial point. The technology itself is neutral. It's just a tool. The real danger is how it's used. If bosses simply see AI as a way to squeeze more work out of their employees for less, we're all at risk of creating a much more stressful and demanding work life. And that's why so many people are arguing that we need new rules, new regulations to protect workers in this new AI era.
Which brings us right back to where we started. After looking at the government's grand ambitions, the serious warnings about the missing middle and productivity bullies, and all the potential solutions on the table, where do you stand? Is AI ultimately a job saver that will create a better future, or is it a job killer that threatens all of our careers? The debate is really just getting started, and honestly, the outcome is far from certain.